Good morning. I want to take you to the end of the book of Jonah. Here's the setting. Jonah, who's been a reluctant missionary, is finally does what he was called to do, but he didn't want to do it. He resents the Ninevites for their wickedness, and he resents God for showing grace upon them. And he is sitting up outside of the city of Nineveh, waiting to see how God might judge it. And as he does, the Lord kind of plays around with him a little bit. He lets a plant grow up over his head to give shade to his head in the sun and the brisk wind that's blowing across the desert, that's making it uncomfortable for him. Jonah loves the fact that he has shelter now. But then the Lord sends a worm to eat the plant, and all of a sudden the plant dies. And Jonah gets angry, gets upset about that. So we pick up in verse 9 of Jonah 4. But God said to Jonah, do you do well to be angry for the plant? You're mad about this plant, that now you lose your comfort and your shade. And he said, yes, I do well to be angry. Think about that. He's talking to God and he's saying, you bet, buddy, I do well to be angry. Angry enough to die. Listen how the Lord responds. It's quite fascinating and I think really insightful about our anger. And the Lord said, you pity the plant, for which you did not labor, nor did you make it grow, which came into being in a night and perished in a night. And should not I pity Nineveh, that great city, in which there are more than 120,000 persons who do not know their right hand from their left, and also much cattle? In the ancient world, it's a Hebraism, a kind of colloquial phrase. To not know your right hand from your left was a way of saying they're without moral awareness. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. They're people who are lost. And so the Lord has a concern for people who are lost. Jonah has a concern about plants. He has a concern about personal comfort. He's concerned about the sun not beating down on his head. God's concerned about the salvation of the lost. See, here's what I want you to think about. When you get angry, more often than not, it's because you've lost focus and you're concerned about the wrong thing. You are playing a game of trivialization more often than not. Of course, there are times to have indignation. But oftentimes, we've lost mission. We've lost focus. We're angry about our burger not being done the way we wanted it and our meal not being served the way we wanted it. And yet we marginalize the image of God and sacrifice our gospel witness because we didn't get what we wanted when we wanted. We're in our families and we raise our voices and we get angry and frustrated and ticked off, and yet we're just losing ground with being able to be people, men, women of influence in our families. Be careful. Be careful that you don't get concerned about the wrong things, because if you're concerned about the wrong things, you'll get angry about the wrong things. Be careful here. You can sacrifice mission in your anger. Have a good day.